How are you getting on, folks? Look at Clonmel didn't really go our way, but I think look at overall the patron that set up by the Irish Racing Corner, it did pay off in the end. Obviously, I put in a tip for Crack on Curry, priced up around 7-2 the night before. Uh, that ended up winning by 8 lengths. So look at that. Obviously, for those who were, I suppose, joining the patron for €10 a month, it obviously paid due in the end. But I suppose moving on to Navan now tomorrow, there's some very very nice horses running. We'll be looking through a few of these very nice prices for the free bets, and obviously then for the patron we will have to, I suppose, just keep it to patron only for obvious reasons. But there is some nice prices there available. I definitely think there is some very good value out there. Moving in on to the ITV racing tomorrow, there is some very nice horses running at some very, very nice prices as well tomorrow. So we will be flying through the ITV ones, but we will be, I suppose, looking at Navan with a bit more detail. I'm not going to spend too much time on it for the simple fact that we are recording the Irish Racing Hour podcast tonight, so that's going to be starting around 7:45. So we're going to have to fly through it. I think it's something around 6:30 or something like that, so I still have to get ready for that. But look at the first race off in Navan tomorrow. The 11:30, we're going to go with Willie Mullins' charge here now. Monitor Park AA at 11-10. This one here definitely looks to be very, very interesting. Obviously, look at these AA horses. They're not your average everyday race horses. They're sort of half-bred, you could say. But as you all know, Willie Mullins does absolutely outstanding with them. All you have to do is look at the likes of Undeso. What he did with him was just absolutely spectacular. This particular horse is a very, very interesting and very similar profile to this Undeso. It's after winning some serious races over in France, coming here on the back of, I think, a 4-timer out in France, if I'm not mistaken. I think all of those were in soft to heavy ground, so what he's going to be meeting in Navan tomorrow is going to be very, very similar. It's not necessarily the hardest to field tomorrow, so I wouldn't be expecting a very hard run race on him. I think he is going to win fairly comfortably, and at a price of 11-10, look at it's the case of doubling your money at the end of the day. I think it's got a great, great chance, and surely 11-10 is not going to stay around for too long. Next race then, the 12 o'clock, we are going to take a little bit of a chance here now. We're going to avoid Henry de Bromhead's favourite here, and we're going to go with Grange Clare Native, currently priced around 2-1, I think. I'm trying to think who takes the ride tomorrow. I don't know who takes the ride, actually. But I was looking up the overall form. I think it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, Gordon Elliott and Jack Kennedy. If that's the case, Gordon Elliott is only up the road and Jack Kennedy in serious form. But truth be known, it's gone out of my head who actually does train this particular horse. But I looking through the form, the second last time out, the head second, he was just very, very unfortunate last time. Jumping just let him down a little bit. I think the fact that it is a novice, it's definitely, I suppose, understandable that there was a few mistakes. I definitely think with that experience behind him, he should be able to come on. Like, there's no reason why he won't. Overall, I think the value is there at 2-1. The fact that he should have nearly won last time out, but he was just, I suppose, touched off in the end. When you look at the likes of Henry's horse that had a very, very nasty fall last time out, I think that might just, I suppose, shake its confidence a little bit. I don't know, but I think, although it did look an easy enough winner, I definitely think you're better off coming in on the back of a very good second place and a very good run race until a fall, basically. So I think 2-1 definitely is the best value there, and more than likely with a bit of improvement, it should press the favourite very, very hard now tomorrow. Moving on now to the 12:33, we are going to go with Forged in Fire here at 8 to 11. I know it is an odds-on shot, but surely this horse is going to be very, very hard to beat. You just look at the form that it has, beaten Fernie Hollow, the champion bumper winner in the end last year, or the Cheltenham gone by. It should be very, very hard to beat. Fernie Hollow has since gone on to win its first run over hurdles, so the form definitely has been boosted. I definitely think it is, I suppose, a little bit short at 8 to 11, but it's clearly gone well fresh before. It should be very, very hard to beat. God knows what sort of capabilities this particular horse has, but it's definitely very, very special. I think 8 to 11. It's a little bit generous, even though it is odds on. It's still very, very generous when you look at, I suppose, what potentially this horse can be. He could be very, very special, and it's not necessarily the hardest to field tomorrow. In my opinion, he should be 4 to 7 or 4 to 9. In my honest opinion, and my honest judgment, I think 8 to 11 is a great, great price. And if you're going to be having a bet, I think you couldn't be going anywhere safer than this particular horse tomorrow. Next race then, the 108. We are going to take a little bit of a chance here now. Well, we actually have two, I suppose, horses coming in here now tomorrow. My first original pick was Ballinaboula Steel for Shark Hanlon's Yard, on the back of a very, very good season so far. 2 wins in Listowel and Limerick, if I'm not mistaken. It's won over distances ranging from 2 mile, 3 to 3 mile. So generally, it is a very consistent sort, especially in soft ground. The ground is going to be going with it now tomorrow, and it is on bottom weight. These particular handicaps definitely do speak volumes. Look at Simon Torrance is on board as well, so that's definitely got a very, very good chance. Simon Torrance obviously in great, great form. I definitely think he is going to run out his claim by the end of the year. I might be right, I might be wrong, but I think it has got a great, great chance, and surely it should be very, very hard to beat. But I think if there is a horse going to beat it, excuse me, it is going to be 2 per me for Noel Meads Yard. I think Owen Walsh rides it now tomorrow. It's been backed in from. Jeez, I've been awful. I've been awful frog in my throat, but 2 per me. Yeah, he's been backed in from 25s into 10s. I definitely think it has got a great, great chance. Obviously, look at it. It has been. I don't know what's gone wrong. I may get a bottle of water before this podcast, but look at. I'm not going to spend too much time on it now. I think it's safe to say that 2 per me. The money is down. It's well fancied, and if one of the two comes in at an each way price like that, 14 to 1 and 10 to 1 definitely do speak very, very good of its chance now tomorrow. Now the next race then, the 143. We are going to take a little bit of a chance here now. Opposites attract at 6 to 1 definitely does take my eye. The big getaway, look at, obviously has the best form coming in the back of a third against Envoyelen. But I don't know, I just can't be having him at 11 to 10 in my personal opinion. He has been very, very. I don't know what way is the best way to say it, but he's been very frustrating. When you just go back in his form and you just look at the particular horse that he's been beaten by, some of them aren't the best of standard. I think overall, I think the price is reflecting on his third behind Envoyelen. Look at it, more than likely he is going to go on to win tomorrow, and I hope he does, because I have Envoyelen backed at 4 to 1 for the Marsh anti-post. So if he wins tomorrow, surely that's going to knock Envoyelen's price even further, and I think Envoyelen is just going to absolutely go from strength to strength. So the form is definitely there in the books, but I think opposites attract. It's been running fairly consistently, and I suppose look at it. It has got a bit of form in the books behind a few decent sorts. It was a very good second last time out, and I think improvement will be likely. The ground is definitely going to suit it now tomorrow, so surely it's definitely in with a serious chance at 6 to 1. And finally, then for I suppose the Navan picks, the last two are from the Pateron account. But we are going to be going with Andy Dufresne as an all bet. Look at it. We're not going to spend too much time on it. Andy Dufresne is the best chaser out of these. And if he is beaten tomorrow, it is a very, very big shock. I think only a fall is going to stop him down tomorrow. Moving on then to the ITV, we're just going to fly through these. For my potential picks, or my picks that I'm doing now tomorrow, the 130, I'm going with LeBry at 5-1. For the 150, I'm going with All Mankind 9-4. 205, I'm going to take a chance and go with Scholastic for Joseph O'Brien at 9-2. Definitely is a great shout. 225, Altior at 4-5. Potentially the only time I ever will back Altior, but I think 4-5 is a great price for him. Moving on then into the 240, I am going to go with Santini here at 8 or 11-8. 3 o'clock, we're going to go with Cloudy Glen at 15-8. 3:15, Senior Citizen at 9-1, and 3:35 we're going to go with Mr. Coffee at 15-8. But that's all for me. I'm going to leave a link in the description below for the Patreon account. Please make sure to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. Hopefully we will be able to get a few of the free winners now tomorrow as well. And if you want to join the Patreon account, we are currently, I think, running off a 50% win rate with another 2 runners coming in for a place. But obviously, look, it is a great chance, and hopefully it is going to take on board. We are currently off, I suppose, a 1 point level stake. We are at a profit loss of plus 8.13, I think. So in the first 3 days we have, I suppose, times date or the money, I suppose, subscribed. So look at it is, I suppose, there in plain sight that it is, I suppose, great value for money spent. You will be helping out the podcast at the end of the day, and I think overall, I think you could be doing worse with your €10. At the end of the day, it's less than a box of fags, and it's, I suppose, less than, I suppose, 3 pints of beer or stout or whatever you drink. So look at, everyone has, I suppose, values and ways and means. I know it's not for everyone, but I definitely think it's well worth, I suppose, spending the €10 per month. You definitely will get it back. It goes without saying. And if you're not happy with it, you have the option there to unsubscribe. But so far so good. Everyone, I think, has been very, very happy with it. But yeah, look, if you're going to be having a bet tomorrow, the very best of luck. Please make sure to keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and yeah, if you want to join the Patreon account, I will leave a link below. If not, then it's totally up to you. Thanks very much, and best of luck for tomorrow.